welcome back to the JR Wisdom channel. I'd like to thank all you guys for tuning back in, new and old subscribers, and if you're just now clicking on one of my videos, make sure you hit that subscribe button along with the bell. That way you receive all the notifications for all my future videos and live streams. So, without further ado, this topic that I'm going to be discussing has made headlines recently, and a lot of you may be familiar with this young lady, which she's older than what I thought. She's 40 now, or close to 40, child star or whatever, by the name of Maia Campbell. A lot of y'all know her from a sitcom on NBC, I believe, called it was In the House with LL Cool J and was it Debbie Allen, whatever her name is. I believe that's her name. And you know, she was in I believe a video of Tyrese's Sweet Lady Baby, and there's another movie that she was in, probably some other stuff, a bunch of other stuff I'm forgetting about. But what a lot of people don't know is that in light of everything that's going on, or that you may have seen in the videos I have in the description, as well as some articles you guys can read about, is that she suffers from a mental illness called bipolar. She has bipolar disorder, which used to be named manic depressive, and stuff like that. So, and it's several actors, I believe, who suffer from bipolar disorder, but they either learn to manage it, or they have someone or they're taking their medication and things like that. But obviously, Maia Campbell hasn't been taking her medication, and I believe she said she hasn't been taking her medication, and she has since basically spiraled downward. And I believe this started around 2000. You know, I believe she had a daughter, and she lost custody of her daughter because of this illness that she has, and she wasn't taking medication. And this isn't uncommon, that a lot of people who are diagnosed with this, they don't believe that they have an issue, or they may believe they have an issue, but they don't believe that they need to get any help, or they want to get any help, you know, stuff like that. And that they feel that they shouldn't have to take medication. So in her case, she has stated this as well. And obviously, people with this disorder, you know, tend to have a warped sense of reality, and they, you know, feel that what people may be doing may not be in their best interest, or they aren't able to read intentions, or overthink, or don't think about the repercussions of certain things. So she ends up losing her daughter because of this. And we know, obviously, she's been in the light. We've seen her over the years. For those of you who have been seeing her pop up on TMZ and all of these other shows, basically, you see her spazzing out, acting weird. And a lot of times people who have this condition, which makes it even worse, is they'll end up getting on drugs, even hard drugs, you know, and they're easily taken advantage of because of their condition, for people to manipulate them. And once you put drugs into the equation, or introduce drugs into the equation with someone who already has an illness like this and isn't taking their medication, then that's a recipe for disaster. Hence a lot of the stuff that we're seeing about her. And I watch a lot of her videos, and her when she was on the show with you know, Fix My Life, and just listening to her talk, the way her speech pattern, you know, it's like she's out of it. And for those of you who know, and I've said this on a previous video, you know, someone that I love was diagnosed with bipolar disorder, and I didn't know what it was. And a lot of people say, well, how come, the same thing with her, people will probably say, well, how come nobody was able to help her? How come nobody was able to see this? How come nobody knew this? Because sometimes you don't see signs a lot of times, or they're not deliberate, you know, and a lot of times mental illness comes out with age. The older you get, sometimes it develops later on in life. I have a sister that has a mental illness, and she didn't have any signs from what I've seen until she was well within her mid-20s. You know, and the same thing goes for the person that was close to me, other than my sister. She didn't develop this till probably her late 20s, early 30s. And completely, it's like a switch. And the person really can't see that they're doing it. And if they have enablers that's telling them that nothing's wrong with them, and not, you know, pushing them to get help, then they're not going to get help. You know, it's almost like sort of when you're that person that's trying to offer them help, it's almost like you're trying to do something to them, or it's like a cognitive dissonance for them to a certain extent, I guess, where they're looking at it, you know, for those who haven't seen it being a problem. And it just goes on and on. Generally, a lot of people who suffer from this disorder do not want help. So when people accuse someone, well, why aren't you helping this person? Why aren't you doing this? A lot of these people have already tried, and this person just doesn't want to help themselves. And they'll stay in that condition, you know, for the rest of their lives. And it's kind of like the videos people were asking LL, and LL said the perfect thing. You know, you can't help somebody that doesn't want to be helped. But it is kind of messed up how you have guys, you know, making fun of her to try and get some quick likes and views by posting a video of her at a gas station. You know she's down bad. You know she's shooting bad. You know, kind of like making fun of her, and then gonna say, you know, she's been doing this. She's been like this. She's been with all these dudes, she's been on drugs, she's been on crack, blah, blah, blah. But you're going to pull out your phone and record it. It's obvious the woman isn't all there. It's obvious that she has a condition, and it's obvious that she probably, because I'm pretty sure there's been plenty of people that reached out to her, and she just didn't want any help. And me watching her on the videos that I've seen, and the way she spazzes out, like the guy was asking her questions, like as far as, you know, LL, how can he wants to reach out to you, you know, da da da. And she was just like, when she was doing that, it's so familiar because I've seen it so much. But I guess for those of you who may be watching who may suspect that someone you know or someone you love may be possibly suffering from this and you don't know what to do, the only thing, as long as you have tried or you're trying to get them help, you know, in my opinion, is, you know, you're doing your job. Your intent is for them to get help, and they choose not to. No matter what you do, and like with people who are bipolar, the more you try, the more frustrated they get, the more upset they get by you trying to do that, you know. So this is just something, this is very real. People think it's not real, like the guy was saying on the video, that she doesn't have a mental illness, she doesn't have any of that, she's just on drugs. The drugs just makes it worse. That's all that is. The drugs makes it worse, much worse. So, you know, her whole situation. I heard that they're trying to put her in, you know, get her some help in rehab or something like that. You know, because of, you know, how bad she looked on this video, and it might have been a blessing in disguise by this guy putting the video up of her for her to get help, because who knows how long this woman has been wandering in the street. She's 40 now, you know, doesn't have her daughter, has a 17-year-old daughter. You know, she lost her mother. She didn't have the best relationship with her mother, and it's all kind of factors that affect people. But like I said, once you turn to those drugs and you're not taking the medication that you should be taking to heal, to get yourself help, and obviously you need spiritual, well, definitely for her, she needs intervention and spiritual healing to bring her back Because once you're addicted on something, it's so hard to get off of it. Especially for her doing those hard drugs, you know, like crack. She's doing crack. Who knows how long she's been doing that. So, I made this video just to say, if you're on this path, or if what I'm saying might open anyone's eyes to someone that may be in your family, or if you're on this path, you know, just recognize it. Recognize that you could be on the exact same path as her, or otherwise, or your family member could be on the exact same path, you know. But as long as you're doing your best, try to get that person help early on, because sometimes once it's too late and that person just, you know, is out in the street somewhere, and your hands are tied a lot of times, because it's hard to get somebody back out of the street, you know, and that's how things are. So with that being said, you know, just wanted to bring awareness. I don't know how much of awareness that I brought, but for you to actually have your eyes open, if you suspect one of your family members, definitely get them help, especially in the black community where there's a stigma about going to see a mental health professional or to get checked out. So it's not just exclusive for other races. Everybody suffers from mental illness, depression, all these other things. So, you know, but that's all I got. You know, make sure you guys, you know, like the video, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. Hit the bell, add me on social media. The links is in the description. Check out my Amazon profile. It's there as well. If you got any questions or any topics you'd like me to discuss, feel free to email me those as well. Be happy to look into them. You know, I got the Well of Wisdom link there as well. T-shirts will be coming soon, GR Wisdom. And remember, guys, anything lost can be found again except for time wasted. I will catch you guys on the next video or live stream. Peace be upon you all, and the mercy and blessings of the Almighty. I'll see you guys again soon. Peace.